Well, guys, I'm sad. Yeah, I'm sad. And it's not necessarily because the Mets can't hold any lead and have blown like what feels like 4 or 5 games this year. Like this team feels like they could easily be 6-2 and instead we're 3-5. I'm sad because of that, but I'm even more sad because it looks like this might be the last week of baseball that we see in the 2020 season. You know me, I've been Mr. Positive. I've been having a good outlook on the year all year long, thinking we're gonna have baseball. It's gonna come back. We're gonna be fine. And this is seriously probably one of the first times in the entire year that I don't know if we have baseball anymore. Of course, this has to do with the fact that the Marlins are testing positive like crazy for coronavirus. It has to deal with the fact that the Cardinals are also testing positive for the coronavirus now. They're starting to have more cases pop up. I'm starting to get really nervous. More and more games are being postponed. More and more players are opting out now. We just saw Lorenzo Cain opt out. I'm going to address everything going forward for the 2020 season. You can tell I am not very confident right now, and I'll go into that a little more in depth. This might be one of the more depressing videos, I'm not going to lie. And it's weird because I'm normally the guy who's, like I said at the beginning, I don't want to say I'm a positive guy, but I was positive for the 2020 season. I thought it was going to happen. We were going to get a deal done. We were going to be fine. And my hopes are getting lower and lower that the season is going to be able to go on without any hiccups because we've already had 2 major hiccups. So as always, if you guys do enjoy this video, a little late in the video, I don't know, maybe the likes can bring us some good luck to keep baseball around because I don't want it to leave. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you enjoy the content. Even if baseball does get canceled, we'll still be uploading every single day on the channel. So make sure you click that sub button. Get in the comments down below. I want to have a conversation with you guys. I want to hear what you're saying. Do you think baseball is going to continue, or is this the last weekend of baseball we're going to see in 2020? And last but not least, make sure you drop me a follow on Twitter, Instagram, second channel, Twitch. All the links are in the description down below to all my social media. So I guess what we really need to do is kind of hop back to last weekend. Sunday, Marlins played the Phillies, and this is kind of when everything started. The Miami Marlins had some players that looked like they might have been testing positive for coronavirus. They had a team meeting. All you really need to know is that the Marlins, they've not been following protocol. Now, there's been no official investigation or official news coming out, but it seems like some Marlins players, when they were having an exhibition game in Atlanta, might have gone out, might have been going to the hotel bar, might have been going out to other places, not following protocol, not social distancing, not being safe. Some of the players ended up catching coronavirus. They had team meetings, they were traveling with each other, and they've now spread it to over half the team. I think we're up to 18 or 19 players on the Miami Marlins who now have coronavirus. Now, first and foremost, before I say anything, I hope for a speedy, quick, easy recovery for all the players on the Miami Marlins, because what I'm going to say next is going to be tough. If you're a Marlins fan, you might not like this, but at the end of the day, this transcends baseball. This has to deal with everybody. Stop being stupid. Players, we've been talking about this for so long. All they want to do is get back to playing baseball, right? The owners, they don't want to pay the money. There's no protocols put in place. The stuff is finally put in place now, and it seems like some players, honestly, most of the players in baseball are doing a fantastic job, but there are a few who are ruining it for everybody, and this is a message to you, those few who couldn't stay in and follow the protocol. Like, what the why? Why are you doing this? Because right now, because of the bad decisions that some Miami Marlins players are making, or some Miami Marlins staff are making, or that some of the Cardinals players or staff are making, we might not have baseball for the 2020 season. Is that selfish of me to say you should stay inside? You shouldn't be allowed to leave your hotel room? 100%. But also at the same time, when you were fighting so hard to get baseball back, saying that if we get these safety protocols in place, we're going to follow them, we're going to have a safe season, we think we're going to be able to accomplish the season for 2020, you can't then screw that up by not following those protocols that you were asking for. It's just like, it's so incredibly frustrating because this isn't just a baseball problem, this is an America problem, and I don't want to talk about it too much because then it starts getting political. But wear masks, be safe, wash your hands, don't go out into crowded places without a mask, don't stop acting like the coronavirus isn't a real thing, because I know baseball's back, I know places are starting to open up a little bit more. Even here in New York, I'm starting to go out to lunch to restaurants, I'm going to the grocery store a little bit more, but I'm still wearing my mask, still washing my hands. The coronavirus is real, and unfortunately it feels like there is a small amount of players, a very few, that are going to possibly ruin this for not only all the players in Major League Baseball, but all the fans of Major League Baseball, the growth of Major League Baseball, the owners, the TV. This is serious. The season might be canceled. I can't stress that enough. There are serious talks that the season might be canceled, and it's because there was a few selfish players who decided, no, I'm not going to follow protocol. I'm going to go out, apparently maybe even to a strip club, which is just like, oh my God, I can't allow that. That's ridiculous. During coronavirus, you might have gone to a strip club. It's just frustrating. It's just frustrating because it's so selfish. It's so ignorant. It's so stupid to go do something like that, and it might ruin the season for everyone. If you are a fan of baseball, this is not good. If you are a player who likes the sport that you play, you want to see it grow, you want to start to get paid more money, you know how you get paid more money? More fans start watching it. You get a bigger audience. Part of the reason why players get such big contracts now as opposed to back in the day is because there is more money coming into Major League Baseball. At the absolute base of it, that's it. Not having baseball on this year while NHL, while NBA are remarkably, flawlessly going through their season right now, is a horrendously bad look for the game in the league. If Major League Baseball is the only league this year that cannot have a season, cannot go smoothly, this is the biggest debauchery that baseball might have ever had. Forget the Astros crisis. Forget about the cheating that went on the last couple years. If baseball is the only major sports league, honestly, what feels like in the world, who can't have a smooth season, who the players can't follow protocol, who the players can't stay inside and stay safe, getting other people sick. Like, this is a dangerous disease. It's not necessarily even about you. It's about others. There's old guys on these staffs for the teams. This virus is serious. And it just doesn't feel like it's being treated seriously by every single person yet, and I can't wrap my head around that. And then the Cardinals players, apparently, like, there's pictures of Miles Mikolas and John Gant out at different places, renting stuff, getting boats, interacting with people, no masks, no social distancing. Like, that stuff is just so frustrating to hear, so frustrating to see, because it's preventable. It's very, very preventable. And again, I'm gonna say this, I know I'm being selfish. I'm asking for these guys to basically give up their social life for 60 games or for 3 months so that I can enjoy watching baseball. But you also have to keep in mind that these are the rules that are being put in place. Maybe Rob Manfred didn't make them strict enough. Maybe there's not enough of a punishment. I will give him fault as well. It has not been smooth on the part of Major League Baseball. But right now, it seems like there is a problem. There are people who are not following the protocol, and it is becoming dangerous, it is becoming unsafe, and it is ultimately going to cancel the 2020 Major League Baseball season. I mean, I think Major League Baseball has even reached out to other TV providers who are broadcasting games and said, hey, Monday, you might want to prepare for alternate programming because the season might be canceled. That is serious. That is legitimate. There's talks about would a bubble have worked. I don't think one singular bubble would have worked. I don't want to hear it. Yes, maybe you could have done a regional bubble. In theory, those could work, but the bubble logistically is so tough for Major League Baseball. The reason it works for the NBA, the reason it works for the NHL, the rosters are significantly smaller. There's a lot less people involved. And also, for playing games, it's a lot easier to get a basketball court, a hockey rink, up and ready to go, especially when those games, for the most part, are timed. You have a pretty good idea of when there's happening. Whereas with baseball, if you have guys playing on the same field multiple times throughout the day, baseball is not a time sport, as we know. That's really hard to manage. You might have some guys who maybe are supposed to start a game at 9 o'clock and the game doesn't start till 11 because a game went to extra innings or a game ended up just being long. The Yankees, Red Sox play long game. There's so many logistics that go into having a bubble that makes baseball a very, very difficult sport to do it because it's not timed, because you need a lot of space to play baseball, significantly more than you need basketball and hockey. I think you can fit something like 10 or 12 basketball and hockey rinks inside of a baseball stadium typically. It's really frustrating because what's happening in Major League Baseball right now feels like it's a microcosm for what's happening in the United States. Other countries in the world are getting back to normal life. And it's because people are being diligent. People are being vigilant. They're actually giving a I don't want to get sick. Coronavirus is real. Let's take off for these few months and then we will get back to normal life quicker than we thought. But right now, we're just seeing that there's an issue that people aren't taking it seriously still. I mean, our lives have been put on pause for what, 4 months now, and people still don't think that the coronavirus is a legitimate threat. At the end of the day, players, people, regardless of who you are, stay inside, wash your hands, wear a mask. Because we're not taking these precautions, our lives aren't normal. We're not able to go to baseball games. We're not able to do many things. We're staying inside, not allowed to hang out with our friends, not allowed to go to the beach, not allowed to live our normal lives. Baseball teams are not going to be allowed to play. I'm serious. I really don't think that we're going to see baseball for the rest of the 2020 season outside of this weekend. So enjoy these last 2 games. I hope the Mark Luino, the GiraffeNeckMarc jinx continues, and that I am wrong, that by saying that the season's going to be canceled, it runs flawlessly throughout the rest of the year, but it just doesn't seem like that's going to be the case because you have Lorenzo Cain opting out, Isan Diaz opt out. You got players opting out more and more as we go because they're like, oh, this is going to be a problem. Clearly, there are guys on other teams who are not taking seriously. I'm not going to allow their mess ups, their ignorance to get me and my family sick, because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I just like, it's so frustrating. I really don't have much else to say. Cardinals keep getting sick. There's going to be more teams that get sick because the Cardinals are infecting them. The Marlins might have infected the Phillies. The incubation period is so long. We still might have Phillies players who are sick and we don't know. That's where we screwed up. That's where the league, it's all screwed up. People are not taking the coronavirus seriously still. That is the biggest issue. Forget the revenue, forget the money. If you can't stay healthy, if you can't keep the people who are on the field, the people who are working in the stadium, coaches, anybody safe, it doesn't matter. Games don't matter. Health and safety is the number one priority. And right now in baseball, health and safety is a serious issue. That's my 2 cents. A little bit of a rant, I think, but it is what it is. There's clearly some issues going on right now with coronavirus. Whether you want to believe it or not, I seriously don't care. It's so frustrating. Our lives have been shut down for 4 months and people don't think this is a real threat, including some players in Major League Baseball. Ridiculous, childish, ignorant. Everybody grow the up, wear a mask. It's not the worst thing in the world. Wash your hands, be safe. I hope everybody is safe, healthy. I want no one to get the coronavirus. I want this thing to end so we can go back to normal life. I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit. Doesn't help that the Mets are playing like But a little bit of a different video for me. I'm always on the side of the players. I really am. But right now, they're kind of frustrating the hell out of me because there have clearly been bad decisions made, irresponsible decisions made that are going to impact the 2020 season. And all the good work that the players did during the time that was off is kind of getting lost now because of the stupidity and ignorance of a few who can't stay to the protocol. With that being said, that's where I'm going to wrap up today's video. I'd love to know where you guys stand down in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I'm sure it's going to be a hot and spicy comment section. Remember to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, as well as subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy baseball content. Drop me a follow on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. Links are in the description. And honestly, that's where I'm going to wrap it up. I got to edit this video. I'm going to enjoy baseball as much as I can this weekend because I seriously think it's gone. This is a dark day for baseball, without a doubt. This is going to be a really, really crucial weekend. All the information and stuff that we get is going to be important. I hope it stays positive, but I'm pretty pessimistic right now. So yeah, fingers crossed I'm wrong. Fingers crossed the GiraffeNeckMarc jinx is alive. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow for hopefully another video where I'm not talking about the season being canceled. Peace.